name is Saku Sairanen. I'm from a company called Exove Design. I'm CEO of Exove Design, and we specialize in service design thinking and developing. Actually, our core competence lies in developing digital services which support the businesses that we work with. But we need a holistic approach, so we need to understand what is happening around the digital services, but the digital services follow us all throughout the kind of service chain with any customer, really, in the current world. So that's what we are specializing. Today, I'm going to present to you with our customer, which is called Mehiläinen. I'm not going to ask you to pronounce it. It's Mehiläinen. Anyways, it means bee or honeybee in Finnish. And they are a private hospital, and they run their operations. They develop their service offering, and they run their operations with a service design and design thinking model. Everything that they do, they apply service design and design thinking to their operations as a private hospital. It's quite a lot of things that I could talk about regarding their business, so I need to take a specific point of view or a lens to what they do. I'm gonna concentrate on telling you about how they serve their elderly patients through creating content, especially in the digital channels. So that's what I'm going to talk about. Just that. So this is to showcase that service design can and should be applied also to communications for what you offer. Not just the facilities, not just the processes, also to communications. Just a short, am I plotting something? Okay. Just a short presentation. So, Mehiläinen is the biggest private healthcare provider in Finland. They have over 100 facilities all over Finland. They are very rapidly growing currently. So this is actually their last closed turnover is 445 million, and they actually doubled their turnover last year. So really rapid growth. And they manage this with service design processes and methods. That's basically what I'm going to talk about that. And then especially if we're talking about their digital communications, they receive 6 million visits to their website annually, and 41% if it's through mobile devices. All the time reservations currently 60% come through a kind of phone, so they reserve time, but already 40% of all reservations for doctors and the meetings is over digital channels or from the web interface, and that's growing very rapidly as well. They have 6,000 people in a customer panel. I'll tell later why this is significant. And over 40,000 answers per year they receive, and they come from the customer panel. Yes, and like I said, I'm going to talk about especially the content production process for their elderly patients. And what they feel that they are competing heavily with all the other private healthcare providers in Finland, and what they see as a competitive advantage for themselves is that they know their patients. They do a lot of extensive user research, and this is something which service design relies on. So they actually do the very traditional market research, and then they combine that with the qualitative research where they actually interview all the types of customers that they want to serve. And in the elderly patient's case, there's actually 3 different stakeholders that they want to learn to know. And it's the elderly patient, him or herself. Then it's the caregivers, because they are decision makers in many cases. And in Finland, there's a public healthcare, and the private healthcare actually provides service to the public healthcare. I guess it's similar here as well. They need to think about the social workers who are actually making decisions on which private healthcare providers can offer public healthcare in Finland. So those three stakeholders they need to address when they try to serve the elderly patient. And then they think about the sales cycles. This is common for anybody who's from marketing knows the model where the person needs to, go through stages before purchasing. There's an awareness phase, interest phase, desire phase, and action phase, which means the actual purchase. So they actually do the matrix of all this and consider all stages for all stakeholders. So it becomes fairly complex quite quickly, but they really do this in detail. Okay, after you know who you want to target and what sales stages they need to do content creation. And this is something that we're going to have a kind of a session later on, so pay attention please. Everybody's going to be involved. So based on the user insight, they actually not just think that, okay, what do we have to offer? They actually think first that this is the customer, what do they need? What type of information they are interested in? What is beneficial to them? How can we help them even before they think that they need care or need to become a patient or need to come to the hospital? So that is something that they really need to look at. And this is one thing is a challenge, still a bit of a challenge to them, but to get the kind of expertise and the knowledge out from the people working at Mehiläinen, they need to involve the whole organization. I don't know if, I think this is a universal thing, but I think that doctors in general are not that interested in kind of writing this type of universal or helpful articles for the patients. So like this, I think they are really good with academic studies and they want to emphasize that, but when it needs to be kind of maybe marketing, they don't want to be involved, but they need to be involved since they guard the actual knowledge, what is beneficial to the customer, but it needs to be something which is understood, not the kind of academic, type of thing. Okay, this we're going to go through with the Station A later on in more detail. This is just to showcase. This is what they offer in the web interface, and this is just the kind of the first level of content that they provide there. They continually produce new content for the customers. This is just these are different types of diseases. These are different types of conditions that they have useful content on, and they don't expect that the people come here, and browse through here. It's usually through Google. So they optimize everything. So Google, they come to Mehiläinen, they build trust, and then the customer the patient comes to there for care. Okay, what next? Okay, we have created some content and content in a broad sense. So it might be some kind of a service, which is beneficial, or it could be some kind of feature within the site, which would be helpful, some kind of a calculator or a test or something like that. So treat the content in this case as a very broad sense. And testing is very, very important. So they don't want to put out something which is not regarded as useful. So then they use the 6,000 people in their panel. So everything that they produce, whether it's been some kind of an online test or some kind of a new feature or actual content, they test it with the panel first. And then they make the decision if this is valuable or not. So this is one of the service design principles, is that you need to be able to kind of discard something that you already did if you find out that it's not beneficial when you're testing it out. And you need to test it as soon as possible. This actually, what's one of the, maybe as an example of a very, very useful thing that they have launched is this, I think we discussed application before, and I don't remember the number, I think
259,000.
259,000 applications, but I would claim that as one of those 250,000 applications, this is one of the more useful ones. So this is something which has been widely prototyped tested and again before launching with the customer group. Because if you launch it before testing, then people okay, this is this application, okay, that's one of the 259,000 applications, not interested. But if you provide it as a useful and tested thing, and you get a feeling, okay, this is very useful to me, it stays on your phone. But you can do quite a lot of it with this application, and actually what is very interesting is that you can actually, through the application, you can contact a doctor directly or a nurse for consultation. You can pay it through the application. There's a thing called digital clinic, and you pay it through there, and it's only 28 euros to talk to a doctor. So you don't need to visit. You can talk directly to a doctor. A doctor can tell you that, okay, no problem, hey, just stay home. You don't need to come to the hospital. Thanks for talking, and the patient gets a peace of mind. Or you can talk to a nurse in that cases. And you can renew your prescriptions through the application. So all that kind of stuff where you don't need to go to the hospital to do that. Everything that can be done remotely with the application, with you authenticated through the application, can be done there. And it's actually so that if you still need to go to the hospital after the consultation, they refund the money in the digital clinic. So it's a kind of a thing that they won't go elsewhere because of this. So it's this type of marketing type of thing. And the doctors have their own application where they have the information available to them, which is useful and what they need throughout the day. Mobile application, that's just one of the interfaces. So they provide also content through the application, but they are utilizing all the possible digital channels that can be used. I don't know if you can come up with a digital channel that you're using currently, but it's not on the list. If somebody can come up, let me know. Oh, Maros. WeChat. Oh, yes. I think that's really applicable here. Yes. Okay, WeChat should be added to the list. It's not that popular in Finland, but I'm sure it's applicable here. Thank you, Markus. Anybody else? Okay. And also, there's just talking about marketing automation. I don't know if you're familiar with that. They use that quite extensively. And let's say this search engine optimization, I can't stress more of this. This is something I'm going to rip off from Markus, because Markus said, very nicely that who knows, who is the first to know if I have some kind of a medical problem? Google, exactly. So, so they optimize everything, the landing pages where they want people to arrive, and already 50%, and it's growing, already 50% of the traffic to the site comes from through the Google search, organic Google search. And this is just a path. I think it might be obvious, but let's see, this is the elderly person, and he's interested in diabetes type 2, and then he finds the organic search result, then he goes to the phone, and he finds information about diabetes. He becomes convinced that Mehiläinen is the correct place to receive medication and kind of consultation through this condition. There's a clear call to action, which results directly to reserve a time with the doctor. That happens like that. And it happens through here. Okay. There's only a few minutes. This is something that Mehiläinen asked me to tell you about, that they are really proud of. So there's this genetic, I think some people are familiar with this already, this genetic genome research going on. So you can actually predict diseases from your genome. And there's this public study going on, and Mehiläinen is participating there. So they are offering for free, they map out your genome, and they kind of give you a risk assessment on cardiovascular diseases based on your genome. And this is free of charge. And at the same time, they are building a database of Finnish people and their genomes. And that's what they provide for the public study. And that's the future of healthcare. Am I right? Maybe. Okay. Main points. I'm just going to wrap it up very soon. Services and holistic approach. which can and should be applied to all operations, including the digital communications, because that's going to be part of the customer journey that you're going to provide, or the customer service journey. User understanding can give a competitive edge. If you know about the users better than your competition or the other people, it gives you a competitive edge from the private healthcare industry. Pay attention when creating content, all content. You don't want to publish anything unless it has a purpose. This is a very important point. And in the mainland case, and I think in most cases here, it's very rare for companies to have as much knowledge about their user as of profile knowledge. And that should be taken advantage of, but so that the user doesn't really kind of get like they might come a bit confused that, okay, how can it be that they know this much about me? So you shouldn't show that, but you still should provide better service because you know the patient, customer. Okay, and mobile, coming from Finland. Thank you for listening. I think I ran 1 minute over.